In this video, you will receive a step-by-step plan on how to become profitable in trading. We will go over what you need to work confidently, which indicators are necessary, what tools you need, and what is better not to use. Then we'll talk a little about psychology. Let's go. The very first thing you need is the intention to earn money. Yes, there are no traders who wouldn't want to make money. Of course, there's a separate group of people who just are mathematicians and are interested in calculating charts, but I think we are all here for the earnings. So, in order to earn, set goals for yourself. This is the very first action. After you understand why you want to trade, you need to identify a strategy. You can use an already prepared strategy by simply joining our Telegram channel and taking from there dozens of strategies that work both in the OTC market and in the regular financial market. And you will also find ready-made indicators there. In general, if you want to get a ready-made strategy right now, then join our Telegram channel. I will leave the link in the description after you have chosen a strategy. For example, it's some simple indicator like, for instance, CCI or RSI. Two such simple indicators that you can work with. So, for example, I chose them. Next, I need to choose a currency pair, meaning I will work using the CCI indicator. Choosing a currency pair is a very important step. Many beginners make a mistake and choose the wrong currency pair. For instance, we can observe that all currency pairs have good movement. But if we look, we have segments. These are the kinds of segments where it's better not to do any analysis. There, we would just end up in the negative. There is a clear movement, meaning when the price is structured and moving, and there are such segments where we do not trade. But here, we can work confidently. Please remember this as well. Choosing a currency pair is a very important thing. And also a very important factor is choosing the time for the trade and the amount for the trade. If you don't know how to choose these two parameters, then write to our managers. They will help you and explain which time is best to choose and what amount to base on your psychology and your condition. For example, I have already chosen a currency pair. Let it be the British pound, Canadian dollar. I have chosen time, chosen the amount, and now in my case, I just need to get a signal from the booster bot. I choose the currency pair, British pound, Canadian dollar, and the trade time of 1 minute. I receive a sell signal and open a sell trade right from here. Another very important point is the entry point. You can use, for example, the same CCI indicator, and if we are within the working range, we open trades for an increase or a decrease. But if the CCI value is above 100 and below -100, then in these ranges we do not open our trades. This is an example of an entry point. And look, now you've already heard several, even 5 factors that all influence the outcome of the trade. If we take a professional trader who sits down, selects a currency pair, chooses a market situation, and only then conducts an analysis, they spend literally 10 minutes on this. But the trade ends up in profit. And we take the same novice trader who chaotically grabs at everything, market situations, and in the same 10 minutes he opens, for example, 3 or 4 trades. And it's not a fact that they will all end up in profit. Most likely he will have at best 2 profitable and 2 unprofitable trades. That is, he will end up with nothing, just breaking even. And yet the person who spent 10 minutes of their time did the analysis and earned literally from just 1 trade. Therefore, choose every small factor very carefully. The time for the trade, the amount, which candlesticks you use, which indicators you use, and which currency pairs you choose. This is all very important. And most importantly, you need to practice and practice again, because without practice you won't be able to get very far. For example, I choose another currency pair, the Australian Canadian dollar, and let's try to earn on it. As you can see, you can work quite simply, but still approach the choice very seriously. Currency pair. I receive a sell signal, wait for the entry point, and open a sell trade right from here. Even when you trade with a bot, even when it does the analysis for you, you still need to make choices. Currency pair, choose the time and choose the amount. These are already quite a few factors. And in addition, we can use an indicator as a simple confirmation of our entry point. So, for example, if you trade in the market when we have no volumes at all, this sometimes happens to us. If we open the market, we see that sometimes we have no volumes at all. For instance, like here, there are no volumes and here there are volumes. That is, accordingly, here it works out faster. Analysis. In this part of the market, and here we can work for 1 minute or 3 minutes. Here we can work for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Since our analysis takes a long time to work out, we should open longer trades. For example, right now my trade closed at a loss, Many beginners, what they do is they start to either chaotically flee the market and thinking that trading doesn't work, or they get caught up in excitement and start risking everything. I advise you to cover losses in the long term. For instance, if your trade closed, like mine just did, at the loss of $1,500. Accordingly, I opened the next trade at $2,000 or, well, let's say $2,300 just to cover my loss. And then continue trading in the long term for profit. This is much better than immediately opening a trade for $5,000 or $6,000. That would be somewhat incorrect. Now I choose the currency pair euro-dollar. I switch to BoosterBot and select this currency pair and the time for the trade. I also choose 1 minute. Since the volumes are large right now, I receive a buy signal. I look at the entry point. I can open a trade from here. And I open a buy trade. It's important to understand that everything I mentioned earlier applies even to trading with BoosterBot. By the way, I remind you that this robot is available to all our Telegram channel subscribers. So subscribe to our Telegram channel and activate this. Trading bot. If something isn't working out for you, then write to the support account. The team there will help you and answer all your questions. How to activate the bot, what risk management is best to use, and which currency pairs are better to work with. But that's not even all you can get from our support. And even when you work with such a reliable tool as a trading bot, you still have to think independently, choose the currency pair yourself, and open the trade. That is, this tool greatly eases the trader's life but does not make it automatic. This needs to be understood as automated trading still falls a bit short of the level of traders. It helps us a lot, but we still have to think for ourselves. The trade brings me excellent profit, and as you can see, without any stress, I earned quite a bit. A decent amount? I remind you, if you want to achieve the same results, earn with the same ease, then follow all the links. In the description, activate the booster bot, subscribe to our Telegram channel, and if you have any questions left, then go to the support account. And there, ask all your questions. I will say goodbye to you. Be sure to share your feedback in the comments. How did you find this video? What useful information did you hear? And perhaps what else you would like to add? I will discuss in the next videos. But for now, see you soon.